All right, man. What's the YouTube topic of the week?
I don't know. I mean, we could do a because I was gonna tell you about this before we got on, but then I forgot. So we could actually have this be the thing. You could pull up the share screens and pull up YouTube because Auntie Donna has this video. I'm gonna find the name of it.
Okay.
And I was wanting to send it to you, but I was like, oh, I want to actually do this, have like be around you when you watch it because it's had me just laughing so hard because Zach is he just looks like a maniac all the time. But it's called the Vibrator Song. It's 57 seconds long.
All right.
I just love these guys so much.
All right. Here we go. Wow.
I just love them silly boys.
Dude, all their videos are so chaotic.
I know. I think they have to be because look at Zach's face. He doesn't have anything other than chaos in him. He had this ongoing bit in the show where he'd be trying new characters, and every time it's just they're terrible characters. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Because there's always like a mini plot that doesn't, it's not like a very, well, that's fucking chaos that show. But there's always like a little bit of a mini plot, and then he'll be doing these random characters. Like, what the fuck are you doing these stupid characters? We have to get ready for the Olympics. That type of shit. Every time, and then he'll always take his wig off. He's like, sorry, but then one time, this girl, they turned their house into a bar, and this girl, she's talking to Broden, and then they're like, wait, Zach? And it just cuts back. It's Zach then with the wig and the girl's clothes on. He's like, oh, sorry, and he has to leave. And he's getting better.
Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Um, Mad Lib?
Let's mat it up.
All right, this one's called Step It Up, Part 4.
Oh man, Channing Tatum again,
Yep.
or was he in Step It Up 4?
We're writing number 4 right
I
now.
mean, I think they're
So it's
already.
up to you.
I'm gonna find out.
All right, well, while you're looking it up, give me a noun.
Oh, so there was. It's called Step Up Revolution.
Why not?
I'm assuming it's like the dance they're doing dance DDR the whole time.
Yeah,
It was
for
made in
sure.
2012, so they're like, this is still a thing, right? I'm gonna say studio executives.
A color,
Gray. Colorblind.
a noun.
Um, the ghosts that live in your closet. They're gay ghosts that live in the closet, but no, they won't admit it because they're in the closet. Do you get it?
Yep. Part of the body.
Probably big old wiener.
Who could have seen that coming?
I mean,
Man.
everyone could because it's so big.
An adjective.
Um, let's say floppy.
A noun.
Um, I don't know, like some cum sheets.
Okay. A number.
69.
A plural noun.
Um, let's say some rocks.
A past tense verb.
Fucked.
Yep. A plural noun.
Um, hmm.
Also, I'm just gonna say there's no like person in this one. So if you want to work Channing in, it's gotta be on either this one or the next noun. You get two chances.
Channing Tatum's balls
Okay.
because it's a plural noun.
Adjective.
Um, Harry going old reliable.
A noun.
Hmm. I think of something stupid. Sonic the Hedgehog. That's not something stupid, but I just think it's funny to put that in there because it's like maybe this will work. It probably won't though.
Adjective.
Um, Deadly.
An exclamation.
Wow. Let's go with oh wow, but in like your best Owen Wilson impression.
All right. Part of the body.
Let's say a butthole. Since we got wiener and balls, we might as well go with our third part.
Adverb.
Quickly.
Noun.
Mm, cum shot.
And adjective.
Um, Flamin'.
All right. Step it up. Part 4. Sonic raced toward the final studio executives, while Tails flew his gray plane right above him. Standing in their way was yet another robotic gay ghost that lives in his closet. But this one had Dr. Eggman in a cockpit in the in the robot's big ol' wiener. The villain laughed as he saw Sonic and Tails heading his way. The floppy robot reared back and transformed into a metal cum sheet with 69 tentacles
Nice.
shooting out in all directions. Tails's plane crashed into the web of some rocks. Oh no. He leaped out and fucked towards the cockpit. Sonic dodged the robotic Channing Tatum's balls that whipped around him as he raced back and forth, causing the hairy tentacles to tangle as the robotic Sonic the Hedgehog began to stumble. This means that Eggman built a giant Sonic robot with a big old dick.
No. It's got the because wait, yeah, okay, because it's got the big old dick, but it's also the ghost that's in your closet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's got
Doc
big old balls.
Dr. Eggman was deadly and cried out, "Oh wow!" Sonic climbed.
Oh, that made me so happy.
Sonic Sonic climbed up the robot's mighty butthole and met Tails at the cockpit. The two heroes smiled as Dr. Eggman quickly pounded buttons and the mighty robotic cum shot fell forward. Once again, Dr. Eggman was flaming. There you go.
Nice. I'm glad his like his ghost, he came out of the closet because he's now flaming.
He is indeed.
Proud of him.
Me too.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
What's up, everybody? It's Casey with Two Worlds Podcast, and with me, as always, it's the birthday to my boy. It's Jake. Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I already know, but for the viewers slash listeners, did you do anything special?
Well, I went golfing this morning because I like to do that. And then my lovely lady and I went and saw the Mario Brothers movie in theaters.
Did you do a full 18 or just a niner?
Just
Or
a
did
niner.
I gotcha?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Oh, terrible. But on one hole, I hit a bogey, like a genuine
Nice.
bogeys. And it's like, you know
Nice.
what? I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. Normally it's like a -30 for me. Or
a plus 30.
okay, so on Hot Shots Golf though, whenever like you would just do so bad that they're like negative this because they're like this is how bad you did. I mean, I know because I know like with the score they always put negatives in front, but then they're like I vaguely remember them doing that in Hot Shots. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
I don't know. Because like if you hit par, that's 0.
Yeah.
But if it's a birdie, then it's -1. So like if you do terrible, then it's plus.
Yeah. So maybe it was just plus and I just misremembered.
I don't know. That
But
game was fun, but also so infuriating.
dude, like I remember when I was a kid, dad was really good at it. And he was got to this one character and he was like almost gonna win. And then that character hit the ball and it was gonna land in the rough. And then the ball, as it was like this far, it just and it landed in the fairway. And that's when he's like, I'm done. This is ridiculous.
Yep. The game is total horseshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
March Madness time, because we forgot last week because we're just a couple of silly boys.
We are.
But from the old Instagram and then Twitter, we have winners. So, Capes beat out whoever they were going against. I didn't write that down, but Capes won. And then we have Cowls winning. So the Capes and Cowls will go against each other. That's going to be interesting. And then Domino Masks and Belts won. Has your bracket been exploded yet? Did you do a bracket? I don't know. What I wanted to win didn't win right at the first round. So, What about you, man?
Pouches?
No, I had big collars. I had pouches going further, but big collars
Okay.
was my like Cinderella story. It just didn't pan out.
I gotcha. I mean, I don't think it's gonna win, but I like if it were for me, I'd be going Domino Mask.
Yeah, I'm thinking like for me, I'm going cowls. I like a cowl more than a domino mask.
Yeah. I think Cowl will probably win.
It's like cowl has the tougher go of it
Mm-hmm.
this time around. I think domino mask is gonna go to the finals for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like cowls or cape. I think is whoever comes out of that one. Calling it now, they take the whole shebang.
Right. Like if this were a proper, let's say this is like the NBA tournament
Yeah.
bracket here. capes and cowls are like 2 and 3, right?
Yep.
Where domino masks and belts is more like a
5 and 6.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, we'll be sure to continue that after taking 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into our news. Um, this isn't really news, but as I said a minute ago, I saw the Mario Brothers movie, so just wanted to say that it was really good, and I liked it a whole lot, whole lot. That audience rating of like 96 or whatever, totally get it.
Right
It's
on.
got lots of Easter eggs. It's just a fun time.
I will like just from the trailers because I do plan on watching it, but I also plan on watching Shazam. So we'll see if it happens. But just from the trailers, it looked annoying to me personally. How it's like, oh yeah, we're bringing this special guy in to help save the day, and then they're like, but he sucks at what he does, and we're making him look really stupid for this first hat. It's like, why are you bringing him in? Get someone else to do it. Like that stuff just annoys me when they do that crap.
Yeah. Um, I mean, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. It's not like that for very long, and they explain why.
I gotcha.
Um, but man, the music is just so good. Like you're gonna recognize almost every single song. Um, or just tune, I'll say, not necessarily a full song.
Yeah,
And I appreciated that. The visuals are just amazing. They I don't know, they did a really good job with it. If you like Mario in any way at all, you're gonna like the movie.
good. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm interested, but I'm not gonna, I'm not the best at getting to the theater.
Also, Chris Pratt, totally fine.
Yeah,
Totally fine.
in all honesty, like I've said 100 times, he sounded like he was the only one actually trying to do a voice in the
Yeah.
trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because it's like, don't get me wrong, Jack Black was just pretty solid casting for Bowser. I mean, like,
He was the best.
yeah, like he's not like gonna do really a voice. He's just gonna be Jack Black.
No,
But
dude,
that
he really does do a
he
voice.
does okay. Because I mean, like, because in the trailers I saw, I'm like, he sounds like Jack Black, but it's still like Jack Black's just good casting for this. But then
Yeah.
like Charlie Day as Luigi just sounds like Charlie Day, and then Peach ladies just sounds like a lady.
Yeah. Like there's a couple parts where Bowser sings, and then you can kind of tell it's Jack Black, but otherwise it's just it could be any voice actor doing like a deep, gruff voice. And
Yeah,
also, surprisingly enough, Seth Rogen wasn't just Seth Rogen. Like
that's me because
he
he
hmm?
even said he's like, when they casted me, I was just like, this is good voice I'm gonna do. That's what he said in an interview, so I was expecting the worst.
Well, I mean, it's you can tell it's Seth Rogen, but it's not like he's just reciting it. He's like making the voice a little bit higher. And really, he only does his dumbass laugh like twice for just like 2 seconds.
Good.
I was expecting it like the whole time, and it's really not.
Yeah,
So,
good.
but it was cool. It was really cool. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I've got a few more things than you, Casey. So I'll just keep going
Yep,
here. This is something I didn't know was happening. Did you know we're getting a Van Helsing reboot?
I didn't. Like, I know they've been trying to do the Universal stuff for a hot minute, but none of it's kind of taken. So hopefully this one works out. The first Van Helsing kind of sucked, in my opinion, but maybe this one will be better.
I love that movie, and I
Dude,
recognize that it's not great, but
I just it puts me to sleep. Like that one and like the original
it's a
Hulk.
long movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's a long movie.
Like that and the
Um,
original Hulk put me right to sleep. If I'm like being if you like you and me are hanging out and I start getting fussy, put one of those in the DVD. I'll not be knocked out.
I'll keep that in mind for when you're fussy next time. But man, I just love Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
She was just her at that time because there was it Underworld that she was into.
Yep.
Um, and I mean, my taste back in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know, all those movies were great. But
And then she was
anyway,
in Click, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, actually, I've not seen Click.
That's pretty solid. But
Yeah,
it's another of those things where you're like, okay, Adam, I'm on first name basis with you. And Adam, how am I supposed to believe you bagged Kate Beckinsale? Get
right.
out of here.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, that reboot is it's being done by Julius Avery, who did Overlord. Don't know what that movie is. And also James Wan is producing it.
Well, that's promising.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll probably check it out though, because I like monster hunting type stuff.
Yeah. I think if they wanted to do that, they should have and do a whole universe thing. I think they should have started with a Dracula movie instead and then have Helsing in it and then do like separate movies like for the Universal universe, like Dracula, Frankenstein, and then Mummy. Don't worry about the other ones. Those are the big three though. And then have Helsing just all in all three, and then have a Helsing movie where he's fucking shit up that way.
Yeah, I don't disagree, man.
Okay, so
Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. The I was just gonna talk about the Marvels trailer. Did you watch that?
No, I did not.
Okay, it actually doesn't look too bad. Like you get some humor in it, new costumes for each of them. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel's costume in it because she's got like they're going with like a different style with hers, and it's like I'm assuming it's just because they're gonna be flying in space because like Ms. Marvel got one too, and it's like it's just more colory and it doesn't like Ms. Marvel's doesn't work for me either. And then Captain Marvel's it's kind of got like it would be fine, but it's got like the big insignia here and it like comes out. And that looks really weird to me. It doesn't work that way. Like if it was just flush, it would look a lot better.
Right.
But that and then Photon or second Ms. Marvel or second Captain,
Monica,
yeah, second Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Monica. I'm trying to do a sexy growl, but I can't.
you kind of just sounded like Gollum.
Yeah, sexy Gollum. That's what I'll be. That's what I'll be at C2E2. Jake will be sexy Frodo, and I'll be sexy Golem. Not to get off subject, but I saw this interview with the Merry and Pippin, and they were talking about they're like not a lot of people know. Like you guys might not know this, but in the books later on, Merry and Pippin get buried, with Aragorn. Like they go back to Aragorn, and then they get buried. And so we keep pitching to Vigo. We're like, hey, bury like let us be buried with you, and he's like. I think we got him about down to 90%. And the other one was like the I think it's not Dominic Monaghan. The other one was like
Billy
he's
Boyd.
a he's 100% against it. He's like he'll it's like he's like oh I think he said over my dead body, and we're like yeah that's the point.
I did see that. I love it. Those guys are
So
so funny.
yeah,
Plus, I love how genuinely just friends they all are.
yeah, it's awesome. It's like when people will see us, they'll be like, "Oh, you guys are actually friends." And we're like, "Yeah." It's not always on Zoom. It's once a year at C2E2. But yeah, and they have a lot of funny moments. It's like every time they use their powers, they swap places, and so they're trying to figure out what's going on there.
Well, like
It's neat.
Freaky Friday?
No, that would be the best if that was the case. If it was superhero freak, and it's like they use their powers. Like if Captain Marvel's blasting somebody, then like out of nowhere for some reason Monica takes her place,
Right.
or Ms. Marvel takes her place, and they're like, "Oh no," that type of
But
thing.
what did you mean?
It when you said that's what I meant was that when you said Freaky Friday, it would be like, oh, she's in her body.
Okay. Okay. I'm on the same page now.
Yeah. But like I said, if it was Freaky Friday, where it was in each other's bodies, that'd be pretty funny.
It
But no,
would be.
I think the movie might be good. Like, because it's like Captain Marvel's still like kind of the stick in the mud, but now she's got Ms. Marvel to kind of like work against. Like when you have like the main character be a stick in the mud, that's not entertaining for anybody, no matter how much people want to say it is. So now that she's got like the foil to kind of go against her, it's gonna, be more bright and cheery. It should be good.
I hope so. Because I be honest, the hype meter is at like a 0 for this
I
one.
mean, in all fairness, about every Marvel movie here lately has been at about a 0 for me. So when I saw the
Yeah.
trailer, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look bad.
Okay. Keeping on with like show stuff. We got a trailer for the Penguin. Did you see this?
I didn't. I saw that you put it in there, and prior to that, I was like, I saw something on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, this is a fake one because I hadn't seen anything about there being an actual trailer. And I saw you put in the notes. I'm like, shoot, I should have watched that.
I mean, it looks cool, man.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, Penguin doing some mafia stuff. Should be
Yeah.
cool.
I have a feeling I'll be really interested. The only thing with that show that I'm like not sure on is they casted I really like this actress too. I've talked about this before on here, but Kristen Milotti, I think is how you say her name, as I think it's Maroni's kid or Falcone's daughter, the one that was like in Long Halloween, and she's just this massive unit of a woman. And like Kristen Milotti is like a very small woman. Like, she's not gonna be picking up a person and breaking their neck or anything like that at any time.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm still I'll say more than mildly pumped for it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna like I already think I'm gonna like this like 50 times more than I did the Batman. I like the Batman okay, but I think
Yeah.
it's just gonna be better because I won't have the Batman related gripes with it. I think it's just gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And then one more show thing. We got another Game of Thrones spinoff announcement happening at HBO.
Yeah.
That's something you're going to talk about, but it's a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, the Hedge Knight. I am so excited for this. I've said for a long time that this would be a great spinoff. It's Knight of Seven Kingdoms is like a book of three short stories that are all about Sir Duncan the Tall and Aegon, who would, I know there's like 40 Aegons, but one that was called Aegon the Unlikely because he wasn't anywhere close to being in line for the throne, but then a bunch of bad stuff happened to all those above him, and so he did become king. It's about those two and all the stuff that they get up to prior to Aegon becoming king. It's a really good book. Like I
Is
could
that
not put it down
George
when
R.
I
R.
was reading it.
Martin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Why the hell is he doing all these extra books when he still hadn't finished the main one?
I don't know. I mean, I assume when he did this one, he had every intention of finishing the other
Yeah.
ones, because it's been out for quite a while. But but man, I love it. And if anyone listening has read Game of Thrones or watched Game of Thrones and you need something in that same light, definitely read A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's not very long. It's so good though.
Now, also, here's another question because like I've been reading more on my Kindle and whatnot. If I've never seen a single thing of Game of Thrones, I've seen a little bit with Brie, but nothing real. Um, when I'm like, oh, this might be interesting. I don't want to read, the other books that he's got, but would this one be okay for someone that's not read any of the others?
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd be like, oh no, you need to know about Tigerius, the Dragon Man, or anything like that.
Nah, man, this really focuses on like the small folk.
Yeah,
And you would love Sir Duncan the Tall. He's just a hedge knight, which is like a knight for hire, um, who just gets thrown into this crazy situation with the Targaryens. And it's just about like him fighting in tournaments or being good guy Sir Duncan and helping somebody, and it's just really good. There's three short stories, and that's the whole book. It's just those three short
yeah,
stories, but it's just a good like medieval knight story. It's
yeah.
good.
Is this a prequel to Shovel Knight? Like he goes from Hedge Knight to Shovel Knight?
No,
Oh,
different
okay,
knight.
okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just talk about the HBO Max news. I was going to talk about different news, but this leads into it. Well, HBO Max is rebranding. as just Max because, that's the marketable part of their name. It's not HBO, which
No.
has become synonymous with quality. They're like, don't worry, the quality's gone, guys. We're just Max, but it's going to debut on May 23rd. We're going to have 3 price tiers with ads, $9.99, without ads, $15.99, and then ultimate ad free, $19.99. I don't know what the difference between ad free and ultimate ad free, but I can tell you this: I'm gonna cancel my Max subscription. Like,
Yeah. What is it now?
I honestly don't remember because like I signed up for it and it just takes it out. But it's just like I've been mad at them for a while for the different stuff of them like canceling shows and renewing Velma, and it's like, boy, you get rid of stuff that I love, you keep stuff on that I don't. Like you're staying on because of Godzilla. And I have those movies. I'm just lazy. I'm just gonna like I don't need you. So yeah, I'll probably just be canceling that here soon.
How are you gonna watch Penguin?
I mean, I have a friend that will keep his.
Wow.
You can just like, video chat me and turn it to Penguin. And I'll be like, oh wow. And we'll watch it
Yeah,
together.
that's a great way to watch a show. Yeah, I don't really that's whatever. I think I'm on my mom's plan anyways, so like if she decides she doesn't want to do that, then I might pick it up myself, but we'll
the
see.
the thing is, I have a feeling since they combined with Discovery, and there's been rumors of them um like there has been rumors for a while them like getting Discovery Plus added to HBO Max, and it's like that is very much parent network where it's like, oh yeah, you like the people fixing up houses and cooking shows, boy, this is all on Discovery Plus. So it's gonna be, if that hops over too, it's like your mom's gonna be like, I had to, I couldn't put my phone down because that's why I look so silly. Which is like,
Right. I dude, I just need that interface to be better. Except we've got Discovery Plus as well, and that and HBO, the user interface I think sucks.
I don't have a problem with HBO Maxes, but I mean, I don't know. Like when I tried to use Paramount Plus and then even Peacock, those both are so bad that HBO Max looks pretty good.
I gotcha.
Because it's like trying to search for stuff. It's like you have to be. And actually, I will say this about HBO Max, and this is a Godzilla complaint. So every Godzilla movie, like they don't always called Godzilla in the title. So if I'm wanting to watch Invasion of the Astro Monster and I type in Godzilla, it'll be like, yeah, I'm not seeing this movie. It's like you should know that there should just be a Godzilla section since you have all of the Showa movies. And, like one day I was going to find Ibra Horror of the Deep. And I was like, from my brain, because there's so many different titles, for these movies. Like I was going to type in Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. And that was my first thought. I'm like, wait, that's not what's going to be on here. It's the Ibra Horror of the Deep instead. So I had to delete the whole thing and then type it all back in. And,
It's a pain, man.
yeah.
It's a pain. Um, all right. So on to some comic stuff. Unless do you want to do
Yeah,
your
you
other
just got
stuff?
comic stuff, so I'll do these really quick. Actor Stefan Capici, almost maybe, the dude that played Colossus in Deadpool, and actress Marina Baccarin have been confirmed to be returning for Deadpool 3. That should probably be a good time.
Man, it's have they not been filming that? I feel like we've been hearing so much about Deadpool 3 that like I just thought that would have been done at this point.
Well, I mean, they just had that big announcement last year, like late last year, with Hugh Jackman coming back. So I think he's still prepping to get up to size. Because people like I follow enough fitness YouTubers where they talk about his diet and whatnot that he's on right now because he's talking about like doing 8,000 calories a day and all natty.
He's getting back to his
Yeah.
Oh, dude. If I were him, I'd be like, look, I'll be in it, but you're gonna have to Photoshop some stuff. Because he always talked about how much he hated it.
Yeah, because he's eating a bunch and working out and saying he's natty, but it's also like when he talks about it, he's like because anyone that's like has half a brain where they're like, yeah, this 50-year-old is getting completely shredded. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever.
No, I mean it's his job and he's gonna look awesome, but at the same time, it's also like when they ask him and he can't, he's gonna lie about it because it's not legal.
Well,
So he's like,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So he's like, yeah, I just do things to stay in the best shape I can, like I'm just eating well, you
Yeah.
know.
Just 6 whole chickens a day.
Yeah. And then we got the full cast of the Creature Commandos. This was what was weird though. Ron Perlman wasn't on the casting, and we had like rumors were going around. It was even almost confirmed that he was supposed to be Frankenstein, but he's not. But we
Huh.
got Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., Maria Bakalova as Princess Ilya Rostovic, Indara Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky, Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus, David Harbour as Frankenstein, Sean Gunn as GI Robot and Weasel, and Steve Agee and Viola Davis are returning as their characters.
What? Dude, what is it with David Harbour just taking Perlman's gigs?
I don't know. Maybe it was like they're like, Perlman, you're gonna be too old if we ever want to make this live action. So David Harbour, you're our great value Ron Perlman. And he's like, that's not a compliment. And they're like, who cares? Here's a check. He's like, thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, all right, so on to comic stuff because we are, in fact, a comic book podcast. So my favorite comic book writer, Cy Spurrier, and artist Lee Garbett are launching Uncanny Spider-Man for the Fall of X event, and that miniseries will see Nightcrawler as Spider-Man.
I saw a thing for that. I'm like kind of interested in seeing that, but at the same time, like I'm not a big enough Spider-Man fan anymore, or a big enough X-Men fan, or a big enough Cy Spurrier fan to check it out. But the costume looks super cool
Yep.
because it's like Nightcrawler looks awesome, Spider-Man looks awesome, great combo.
I agree. I hope whoever reads it enjoys it. And then another Fall of X announcement that we got that I'm curious about Casey's thoughts here. But Ed Brisson and Scott Godlewski are launching an Alpha Flight Fall of X miniseries. It's going to be 5 issues. Thoughts on that, Casey?
Super pumped. I mean, honestly, you put Alpha Flight in something. If you put the words flight in it and even have Al Ewing write it, I'm gonna read it. So I like Ed Brisson. I love Alpha Flight. I'm hoping this keeps up with Heather, like because I think it was that one shot that they did that was like an anniversary thing where it like picked up where the Greg Pak, Fred Van Lint Alpha Flight series ended, like the mini series that was supposed to be a full series, and it became a mini series again. Where that one ended with Heather being crazy, basically kidnapping her kid, and then they caught them and they're trying to bring her back to normal. I hope that's where that does stuff with that because I'm still like, what's going on with Heather?
I hope it touches on it too, man. Ed's a good enough writer, right?
Yeah, you gonna check it out? You gonna be a good old Canadian boy with me?
Yeah,
We can
probably.
we can drink maple syrup while we read it. Watch some
Ugh.
hockey. Drink some
Well,
maple syrup.
you had me, then you lost me. But no, I'll probably check it out because we both read that last Captain Marvel series that had Alpha
Yeah,
Flight in it. So
which it's like that one was fun. Like I'm like it was a good series. Only and it's like yeah, I'm gonna be complaining about the Alpha Flight in it. That's when it's a Captain Marvel series, but it's like we didn't get Vindicator, we didn't get Guardian. I want them too. Come on.
yeah, for sure. All right. This one I think you're also excited for. Mark Waid is going to be doing a World's Finest spin-off featuring the original Teen Titans. And he's also going to be doing a follow-up to Birthright. So,
That's
what do
pretty
you think?
exciting. I'm like less excited than you probably would expect because it's also like I'd rather Mark do more stuff in continuity, instead of just being like random stuff in the past. But it should still be pretty dope. Like when he was writing the Teen Titans in World's Finest, it was awesome. So this is gonna stay awesome. And then as far as Birthright, it's like, do we need it? Probably not. Is it gonna be good? Yeah, more than likely, because he kind of pours his heart into this. So it's unless he just his heart's full of bitter anger, it's gonna not be, and that's gonna ruin it. But I doubt it. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. What do you think, man?
No, I'm very excited. Whether it's in continuity or not, it's going to be good. And then he's said for years that he had the idea for a follow-up to Birthright. So the fact that he's actually getting to do it now, I'm really excited, and I hope that
Yeah,
it's good.
I'm sure it will be because, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like a labor of love for him. So it should be solid because it's not like he's just gonna be phoning it in.
Right. So where does Birthright stand for you as far as Superman stories?
It's a very good one, but I mean, it might be my top 10, maybe top five. I'd have to actually sit down and with like the trades and whatnot of stuff Superman to really decide, but it's for sure top 10.
Yeah. I would say probably top five for me.
Yeah.
I haven't read it in quite some time and I need to, but that's one where like if people come into the shop looking for Superman and they've already read All Star, I always suggest Birthright.
Yeah. No, I mean it is a very good one, especially for like new Superman readers. People are like, oh, he's so boring and you're not cool.
Yeah.
If
I
actually if someone comes in with that, just show them the black Superman from the 90s that's got the guns. When he's got the guns and he's shooting cyborgs, I'm like, is this not cool?
Instead, if they say that, I'll show them the door. They can get the f- out. Um I do wonder though if he'll get Lionel Francis Yu to come back and do the art
I bet
because
you'll try.
right, I just know that Lionel is a big old Marvel boy nowadays, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Because yeah, I know I Mark likes keeping his artist going, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tried hard.
And Lionel is amazing. So,
Yeah.
all right, and then the big news of the week, we're getting a new publisher. It's called Distillery, and it's spelled all caps DSTLRY. Distillery is founded by the two guys that founded Comixology, along with a bunch of comic creators. So the creators are the partners and stockholders. It's going to be digital and print publication, and the lineup so far is Tula Lote, Brian Azzarello, Scott Snyder, James Tynan, Ram V, Mirka Andolfo, Elsa Charretier, Lee Garbett, Jock, and Jamie McKelvey. It's going to kick off with an anthology issue from the founding creators. I think it's cool, man.
Yeah.
Good for them. They're going to get their money. They'll get to retain all the rights to their stuff. Uh, and who else to be how do I word this, in charge of what direction the publisher goes than the people making the stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think on all that?
I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm always about more things. I'll just say the name is stupid. I'm so tired of these like, let's spell this thing out this way without, and then we'll have it all capitalized. It's like, no, stop. That's dumb. But no, I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I mean, that's I'm curious about how it's gonna affect Substack since Tynan had that big old money, payday with Substack, and
Yeah,
now he's
I
opened up
know.
his own thing.
I I don't know. I think this is gonna hurt Substack a little bit because shops will get to order this stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're just gonna be another publisher. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to see that stuff on the shelves.
Right on, man. Okay, so one thing really quick that we didn't put in the notes, but I saw it. I don't even know if it's new news, but I just saw it this week and I just remembered there's a new Batman comic come out. Did you see anything about that?
I don't
It's like
know.
Batman something Knights, and then the it's gonna be Batman and Deadman for the first issue, teaming up to figure out this like guy that killed this person, and then the next issue, the second issue, this is one of the things I was like, I need to tell Jake about this if he doesn't know about it. Wesley Dodds is gonna be in it.
What?
Yeah, so it's by Joshua Williamson. Blanking on who does the art, but it looks pretty awesome. I think it comes out in June, and the second issue comes out in July. There's like 50
Oh, wait, wait,
Batman
wait,
books.
wait. You're talking about Night Terrors, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're doing like DC's book on Free Comic Book Day is gonna be like a Night Terrors hype thing.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah,
just I
yeah.
just saw it and I was like, I don't know if we talked about this, but I saw the cover with Wesley Dodds on it. I'm like, oof, Jake needs to know if he doesn't know.
No, I am very, very excited. That like Night Terrors is gonna be like an event. I don't know how involved all that is, but uh no, I'm crazy hyped for that. In
Oh,
fact, I had people like 3 weeks ago already added to their poll list, which I think was pretty
nice.
awesome. So lots of people are excited for that.
Good.
Um yeah. Here we are like oh getting tired of these DC events, but then they're like, oh Williamson, you bastard, you got us again.
Yeah. All right, man. I think it's comics time.
Yeah, boy.
All right, so I read 8 Billion Genies, Fantastic Four #6, Kokju #1, Dark Ride issue 5, Guardians of the Galaxy #1, Wildcats #6, and Superman Lost 2 of 10.
All right. I had some personal stuff go on this week, so I did not get to read my books. So I'm going to let Casey take it away. Uh, our mutuals would have been Superman and Guardians. I plan to read those in the next couple of days, but yeah, man, take it away.
All right. So 8 Billion Genies by Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. Final issue. It was a very good final issue. I'm gonna buy this in a trade, probably from Comic Headquarters on Telegraph Road. We'll see if I get it from there. Maybe I'll, go to Fantasy Shop though. But this is a really good final issue. Fun, interesting. This big thing that kind of happens, big reveal for this character. And then the final genie makes a wish, and it's really good. And it was like one of those things that just put a smile on my face. I'm like, this is a really good ending. Charles Soule, you got some soul, buddy. You did it. You did it. And he's like, don't call me buddy.
Now, here's my question. Would you say it's better or worse than War of the Bounty Hunters?
I didn't read War of the Bounty Hunters, but I heard from a reliable source it's very good
Yeah, okay.
and amazing. But I would say this is better. Like this kind of dragged in the middle for me at times, but honestly, that ending is super good. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Um, the the series as a whole, it's probably I'm gonna right now I'll say like 7.5 Virgin on 8, but probably 7.5. But I might check it out. Like I said, when I get the trade, I might check it out again and might be like completely different on it.
Yeah. I'm glad it had a good ending, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because that's the thing. Like if you go by first issue and last issue, that's like a 9.5 to 10, like almost a 10 book. But then like it kind of got lost in the weeds in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fantastic Four #6 by Ryan North and Ivan Fiorelli on the art. This is fun. They're dealing with some this algae issue basically, and they stop it, but it's not good. They don't do a good enough job. So Sue's gonna have to block out the sun in small parts throughout, and her and Johnny are up there while Reed and the Thing are telling the people what's going on, and they get mad, but they stop it. But then at the end, Shield's like, "Hey, you can't be doing this type of stuff," and then they run off. But it's like it's so dumb to me, just the thought of like everything the Fantastic Four has done, all of the doodads and things that Reed has, it will just blow up the planet at any point. And then like Shield's like, "Hey, Invisible Woman, you blocked out the sun in this spot for 3 days. We're gonna have to talk to you. It's like they're the Fantastic Four. They've saved the world more times than their shield agents. Like, get out of here.
Right.
So that was pretty dumb, but it's still like this is enjoyable. I'm gonna probably go 7 out of 10, and it's fine.
I mean, saying it's fine is better than the last issue.
I thought I've been kind of like throughout, just been like, oh, this is fine.
Really? It
I
sounded, man,
think.
the last couple it sounded like you were on the verge of dropping. So
Well, because it's just there's nothing out of it that's fantastic. It's the fine four.
yeah.
Okay, so this fucking book. Next is the Giant Kokju by I'll get the it's Gary Duggan and Scott uh Koblish on the art. So this giant monster comes to the shore. He first thing he does is he shits all over it and then starts rubbing his ass on the ground. And then like these monsters come out of the crap and they start eating people and stuff and they're fighting them. And then the monster gets horny and starts humping a building, just thrusting away, just going to town. And like
Okay.
the and yeah, here's another good splash page.
Oh, wow. Didn't need to see that.
um so yeah, it's something. The narrator is like talking like it talks up at first being like, oh yeah, this you know thing about pollution and blah blah blah, this starts doing this, like, well, nothing's a perfect example. But then they get the main character's gonna shows up at the end basically, and we're gonna see what he's gonna bring to the table next issue. But yeah, this is just so ridiculous. I'm going 8 out of 10. It's like a little too ridiculous, but it's also really funny and childish, and I enjoy that type of stuff. Clearly,
Right.
okay. And then Dark Ride by Josh Williamson and Andrea Bresson on the art. This issue's really good. This comic. More backstory on the dad, and then the two kids' mom and how they were born, and then more stuff going on with the girl that lost her brother. Just a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff happening. Really, really liked it. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. Just really, really solid issue. When I finished reading it, when I was on the toilet, I was like, oh man, it's over already. So yeah,
10 out of 10. Is that the pick of the week?
no.
Wow.
I mean, I think if you're listening to this and you know what it is. Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy #1, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm gonna first like I have to find the artist and the writer and all that stuff, because this one they didn't do it at the beginning like Marvel normally
I
does for
think
some
it's
reason.
Colin Kelly and Jackson Lanzig are the writers.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lanzig, and Kev Walker on the art. And I'm just gonna say this: I don't think they know anything about these characters,
Oh man, that is such a
because I
bummer.
think I think most of the stuff they know comes from the movie, because there is a part. And for those that don't know this, Nebula. First off, Nebula is not acting like Nebula in this. This is not the Nebula I've read in the comics. This is the Nebula that's played by Karen Gillan. But she also goes like she calls Gamora her sister at one point. They are not sisters in the comic at all. It'd be more like Gamora's her aunt, because she Nebula's dark side or Thanos's granddaughter, not his other adopted daughter. But yeah, and then I'll say this too. Like, I remember like when they brought Gamora back, like after the Abnett and Lanning run, where she was still wearing like the "you're a warrior, you're wearing this outfit" type of outfit. Then like they brought her back, she's wearing armor. It's like more like warrior type. And then like in this one, you're like, Gamora, you're back to being sexy. But then like Mantis doesn't really seem like Mantis, really. She seems more like movie Mantis. And then Drax is way too strong. He actually is acting more like Drax, which is good. But it's enjoyable still. It's just like I said, it seems like they were trying more for movie versions of them and less comic book versions. I'm gonna go probably 6 out of 10. I still enjoyed it. It's fun. I think you'll probably like it more because it's more of a Western feel in this one, but yeah, like it's solid.
Well, I'm glad it's at least solid if the characters are that far from what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean,
The
it's like
cover had me hyped. The cover
yeah,
had me hyped.
the Al Ewing one, and I'm gonna like he's gonna always take strays when I'm talking about comics because I'm just not a fan. But the Al Ewing one, it felt more like when he writes, it's like this is how I want them to be. This one, and like this is it doesn't matter that that's not how they've ever been. I'm just gonna do this anyway, And then like with this one, it's like this is what we think. I don't know. I've seen the movies. Okay, so next up, it's Wildcats number 6. And this is by Matthew Rosenberg with Steven Segovia and Tom Derenick on the art. This book is awesome. More grifter stuff. People are finding out that he's still alive. Zealot and Fairchild are doing, are teaming up with Warblade and some other people that I'm not familiar with. And it, pretty cool fights throughout. Superman is he's Clark Kent doing some reporting stuff. Batman shows up to talk to him. They enjoy some fries together because Batman, very much like a girlfriend, he's like, I'm not hungry. And Superman's like, okay, I'll take a burger and fries. And he's like, I want some fries. So that happens, and then we get this reveal of a character. Grifter does something probably stupid he shouldn't have at the end, and then that's how it ends. I like this book a whole lot. Yeah, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10. It's fun.
I'm
And
glad
then
that you like it.
yeah, I think you'd like it too, man, because Matthew Rosenberg is running up the steps of Jake's favorite. So
Yeah, I just don't know any of the characters, you
I mean,
know?
I if I'm being honest, I only know like a few of them because of that cartoon that I watched when I was too young, and I don't like remember them. It's not like I was too young for it because it was like made for kids, but it wasn't on long enough, and I don't really remember them. I just had the mall toy, and I remember playing the game. And Nick had Warblade, and his hands would pop off. So guess what? He was handless a lot.
I'm sure you had plenty to do with that.
Well, I mean, probably, but it's also like we had a toy box. He'd get in the toy box, and then he'd come out, and both his hands were popped off. Okay, and then lastly, it's Superman Lost, issue 2 of 10, and this is by Priest. He did the plot and script, and then Carlo Paglion did plot and pencils. And yeah, so this one, it's like just more like it's some of it is Superman dealing with being back on Earth, and then the other is what he went through for those 30 years. And yeah, this is such a good book. It's done so well. Priest is showing off how good of a writer he is. The art is showing off just how good the art is. It's such a awesome time. If you're not reading this, go back to issue 1, read that, and then read issue 2. It is such a good book, such a good Superman book. Super interesting, like a great take. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Pick of the week.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a feeling we're gonna have to just mix it up after a while and like stop that being the pick of the week because this like if it stays consistently like this, it is so good. But what are you excited about, man, for this coming week?
Um, I'm gonna say Batgirls because I'm not gonna get to say that for too much longer. Um, the final issue of Hitomi, and Gosh, there's a couple that it could be, man.
Yeah, right.
But we'll go static.
Oh, nice. I will say then Superman, and then I'm gonna say Hellcat, and then to finish up, going Flash, because odds are I won't be able to say that either much longer.
You checking
Oh,
out Superboy?
I am. So pretty excited for that too. But that's one of those ones where I'm like, it could be bad. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, let's get my phone. My phone's about to die, so I wanted to plug it up. But now, Fantastic Four time. So we try to stay away from politics on here, but I thought this was funny, and I'm just gonna share it because it's like if you're getting this worked up over beer, don't drink. But so I think it's Budweiser. One of the Wisers, they came out and they have like, are they trans or are they just, you know, uh like a drag queen? That's now their spokesperson.
Trans person,
Okay.
and it's Bud Light.
Okay. So Bud Light has a trans spokesperson and people are up in arms. And so this group is making, it's called, I think it's the Right Choice beer. And it's this right-wing beer that's selling, I think, 16.99 for a 6 pack. And it's like the commercials just like, super like right-wing pundit stuff. And the funny thing is though, they won't say where they're being, like I saw this thing on Reddit where it's like they won't say where they're actually being made at, but it's like there's a good chance it's actually Anheuser-Busch that's producing this. So they're just making money both sides now, which is so dang funny to me.
That would be so funny if it were.
So yeah, like it's super silly. And I was just thinking, how funny would it be if we just came up with four random characters that we would make into super right wing parody versions, basically.
Okay. Two come to mind right away. First
Okay.
one's Green Arrow,
Yeah. What would
right?
you would you just have him be the red arrow because red's the color of the Republican Party?
Yeah, probably. And
Yeah.
he would just really lean into his corporate self and just and what I mean, he even became mayor once. He would just, you know, raise city taxes or whatever. Just lean the total opposite way that he is now. Um, I also think another one is Shatterstar. He's still gay, but he's like anti-gay,
Yeah. Like
which would
like
just be
how
so confusing.
like how she Caitlyn Jenner is with like trans stuff. Like she'll just like rail on the trans folk and it's like that's what you are. Why are you doing this?
Right. Or I also think of I don't know how much Chappelle's show you watch, but Clayton Bigsby, the
Oh, the
uh the black KKK member,
yeah.
it'd be just as ridiculous as that. Trying to think. I don't know of any more that just like really spring to mind being like not necessarily left leaning, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you have any that come to mind?
Well, I just thought it'd be funny if they went super hard on Superman. So it'd be like super just a man. And so it's like, he'll tell Lois, he's like, why do you keep doing all this reporting stuff? Why don't you just get in the kitchen, make me a pie? And like, he is a man. He makes sure the man is like capitalized so that and when people are like, oh, so that those are your pronouns. And he's like, I don't do that pronoun shit. Just Superman.
He would change the S to just say man inside of
Yeah.
the symbol.
Dude, we can't be talking about this. Comicsgate's gonna be listening, and then we'll have some new shitty comics that'll come out once and then never come out again.
I know. But then hey, maybe they'll sponsor us.
Ooh, there we go.
Just kidding. We do not want that.
I mean, how much money they got, I guess.
Let's ask Van Skyver.
Yeah. And then let's try to think of at least one more dumb one. Like we gotta do something with Captain Marvel, right? That'd be the one that would that they would want the most.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's just gotta be like Lady Marvel. That's what they have to call her. It's like,
Right.
yeah. And then, just make her make her wear a bikini all the time.
No mohawks.
Yeah, her one power is she calls the real men to get the job done.
Oh gosh. Uh, everyone keep in mind, we are kidding. Oh, dude, I totally forgot, by the way, before we end, we had a YouTube comment.
Oh shoot.
I'm going to read that real quick. It came from a friend of the show, Preston, which, by the way, the Testing Room pod is now also on YouTube. They took a page out of the old Two Worlds book.
Ooh.
And if you want to see all their sexy faces, you can do that. But Preston's comment says, "Hello, fellow YouTubers. My man crush is either Jason Momoa or Oscar Isaac, depending on my mood." We
It's
we
subs-
must have been at like making a joke about this.
yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
because Ryan Reynolds came up,
yeah.
right?
But I mean, I'm just disappointed that we're not his man crush. Whatever.
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. It's like really Oscar Isaac, but not Casey.
Yeah.
Whatever. He says, "I am so excited for Ahsoka. Really excited for them to introduce Dark Jedi and Sabine. Also, they hired the voice actor who played Thrawn in Rebels to play him here. All to lead up what will probably be Filoni's Thrawn Heir to the Empire influenced movie." I hope so, Preston. I really do hope so. I thought that trailer looked awesome. And, I'm with you on the hype train with this one.
Hope it's good. I mean, I know very little about this stuff with the Star Wars. Okay, though, man. We doing some closing plugs?
Yes, we are. End of the episode. All right, guys, if you would, please go to facebook.com/Two Worlds Podcast and give the page a like. You can also follow us on Twitter at two_worlds_PC and on Instagram at Two Worlds Pod. You can email us at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would, please go to our YouTube channel. That's Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and leave us a comment down below about your favorite right-wing idea for a superhero. Just make it as dumb as possible. We'd
Yeah,
love to read it.
we really would.
And then, like let's say you you're like, I really want someone to listen to this podcast. Like tell your friends. That's what we're trying to get out. Like let your friends know about it. And then, maybe you can go up to them and like I don't know. Like you're at a Walmart early 2000s. Like you traveled back in time and you see someone on the TV, like how you could used to be able to play video games there and they're playing Sonic. And then you go up, knock them out of the way, and you start playing. But then you look at them and you say, hey, 20 years from now, there's going to be a podcast where they do Sonic Mad Libs. It's called Two Worlds Podcast. Check it out. And then you just keep playing.
My goodness. That's one way to shape the future.
Yeah. And we thank you for that. But we'd love to stay in chat. But it's Jake's birthday, so I'm going to put some cake in his mouth. Bye, guys.
See ya.